Hey guys, how you doing? Patty Nest here. So earlier today, I watched the official trailer for the Titans show, which will be premiering on the DC Universe streaming service. And while I originally wanted to do a reaction for it, I wasn't able to, but I still want to make a video like this talking about it, because I think it's kind of important to talk about it, especially since a lot of the reaction is kind of negative. I mean, not all of it's negative, more of it's like, what the hell is this? So I really hope that anybody that doesn't like the trailer watches this video and kind of understands what I'm going to be talking about. And if you still disagree, if you still don't like the trailer or what the show could look like, that's totally fine. I'm not going to force someone's opinion to change. I just want to talk about it and kind of open more what the show is supposed to be, or what I think the show is supposed to be, and what I think. So first thing I want to say is that I liked the trailer. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. I thought it was crazy. The quality was definitely meh, not that great. And I don't really blame the trailer for not looking that great. I think the show isn't going to premiere for a while, maybe later in the year. So maybe they're still putting the final touches on what the show will look like. It was very dark, and I don't mean in like a brooding way. I mean like I couldn't see some of the scenes that were in the trailer. It was still fine. It was just a little annoying to have a lot of the scenes in the trailer be literally too dark for me to see. The trailer is also incredibly edgy, like over the top edgy at times, and I kind of understand that. Like, comic book movies and shows are always going to have that moment of cheesiness and edge that will make people either laugh or groan, and it's going to happen no matter what show or movie that's based off a comic book. It just really depends on how they execute the edginess, whether they control it or just let it all out. Sometimes it'll be very funny, sometimes it'll be downright annoying, and sometimes it can be at a tolerable it'll be at a level where it's okay. And right now, I kind of want to talk about the two main characters of the trailer, Raven and Robin. Not Starfire, not Beast Boy, not any other characters right now, because there was nothing for them. There was one or two tiny shots of them, and that's it. There's really not much to discuss. I first want to talk about Raven. She's obviously in the trailer. She has this like scared little teenage girl kind of attitude, which a lot of people don't see with as Raven. She's supposed to be like, she's very held back on her emotions when it doesn't come to using her powers. Like, she doesn't usually seem scared, she doesn't usually seem angry, she doesn't usually seem happy. She kind of has this like bored expression on her face. Okay, maybe even a little bit angry, but like it's at least that's how it was with other people seeing her when it came to like the cartoon or anything, or even some of like the newer animated movies. I actually don't see that many people complaining about Raven, but those that are, I understand. What I will say is that I think we're going to get a different kind of emotional Raven, which I think could be very good with her discovering who she is and her powers, and maybe even using her powers to control her emotion, or using her controlled emotions to control her powers. So I understand where that's coming from. I kind of get what they're trying to do, or what I think they're going to do. I'm definitely willing to give Raven's character a chance. I'm willing to give all of them a chance. It's just that, I understand the confusion and the annoyance. Then there's Robin, which, oh my gosh, that is a whole different can of worms. One of the first things he says in the trailer is "fuck Batman," and oh man, that is some hilarious cheese right there. Hilarious, edgy cheese. A lot of people are really confused and angry, as they are with a lot of other characters, but with Robin the most, because they're like, oh, Robin's supposed to be the most sensible, understanding, kind Robin that there is. And I agree with you. He's one of the most calmest, smartest heroes out there, because he has, I believe, a stronger code than Batman, or around the code of Batman, like, you cannot kill. And, one of the first things we see is him, like, brutally injure and practically kill bunch of criminals, so that's something. But something that people also have to remember is that there are a lot of times where when Robin has left Batman, he's always been confused about who he is. He's been a lot more violent. He's been a lot more brutal. Whenever he came to the freaking Teen Titans animated show, the first episode that we meet the Titans, which is, I think, called Go. I think it was season 4 or 5. When we first meet the Titans, Robin shows up, beats the crap out of a bunch of criminals, and says, "I work alone," which is pretty much the PG version of saying "fuck Batman." So there's that. There's also the animated Batman series where, when I think we're first introduced to Nightwing, he kind of gives this whole story about why he does not trust Batman anymore, and he's not trusted Batman for a long time. So there's also that. And I'm pretty sure in the comics there was a little moment in time where he's gotten a little more brutal with leaving Batman, trying to figure out who he is and trying to understand why he should continue his hero work if he feels that he's just a pawn in Batman's scheme of being a superhero or whatever. And I can understand why people are not a fan of that. Like, people were already not a fan of Batman killing people in Batman v Superman, even though I get why he did that. I wasn't a fan of it either, but I understood why. And I still understand why people are not a fan of this either. Like, just senseless killing. This guy who's just brutally killing people is now going to be the leader of a teenage supergroup that'll probably kill other people. That's definitely something weird. But something else that you have to understand is Dick Grayson is trying to figure out who he is. He's trying to understand who he wants to become and what it really means to be a superhero in a world where people that have no superpowers have to live in a world with people with superpowers. So it's got to be a big, heavy toll on him, especially since he was brought into this world as a little kid. Like, it's insane. And something that I'm just making an assumption here, I think this show, or at least the first season, hell, I guess the whole show itself, will be about identity and discovering who you are. And Dick Grayson, Raven, Starfire, all of them are gonna progress through the season kind of figuring out who they are and jumping into a much bigger character than who they were in previous episodes, learning from their mistakes, learning to not be as brutal, learning to not be as mean, learning to maybe even forgive and forget, who knows. But I think that's what the point of this show is, and what the main theme of the show is identity and growing up and discovering who you are. And I hope that's what it is, because that'd be really cool. I think that would be a great way to bring in these characters, because they're all about growing up. They're teenagers, so having them grow up is a very important part of every single Teen Titans or Young Justice kind of story. And those are my thoughts on the trailer and what the show could pretty much be. If you agree, that's cool. If you don't, that's also cool. If this changed your mind or anything about what you originally thought, that's also fine. I have no problem with people disliking what it is or disliking anything. Your opinion is your opinion. I would never force someone else's opinion to change just because I disagree with it. What I do hope is that those who did not want to watch it will give it a chance. If you do, then that's great. And if you don't, that's also great. I'm saying great way too many times. I should really slow down on that. I definitely can't wait for the show to come out. I really hope the quality gets better. I really hope that we see more and discover more about these characters. I hope it goes in the direction that I think it's going to go. What do you guys think? Comment down below what you think, or don't comment down below what you think. Say that you think my head looks funny if you disagree with me. That's totally fine. My head is funny. Please don't say that. Hello everybody. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click on other videos that I do. I do a whole bunch of other videos. Click on them. And subscribe. I have a link to my channel down in the description. Or just click on my name, which is just in the video part bottom itself. Why do we have to have a link to our channel? It's literally right there.